The Ford Field sideline erupted when Tom Brady, seven-time Super Bowl legend and Fox Sports analyst, stood face-to-face with a 22-year-old quarterback who had just orchestrated one of the biggest comebacks of the season against the Lions. What happened next left the entire NFL community speechless. You've probably already seen what Brady said about JJ McCarthy live, but what you might not know is why he said it. And that's the part that separates a viral moment from real validation that we've got something special happening in Minnesota. We're going to reveal the details that justify every word Brady said live, what Kevin O'Connell confessed in the press conference about trusting McCarthy in the game's most critical moment, and what McCarthy himself admitted about his performance that shows something veterans take years to develop. Stay locked in because we're about to break down everything surrounding this turning point for McCarthy in his first game back from the injury he suffered against the Falcons. No more delays, let's get straight to the point. The moment arrived at exactly 1:55 remaining in the fourth quarter when Tom Brady stepped onto the Ford Field turf to present JJ McCarthy with the LFG Player of the Game award. And what Brady said in those next few minutes completely changed the national conversation about Minnesota's young quarterback. Brady opened with a question that seemed simple on the surface, but carried profound weight. What is it about the state of Michigan where you're able to come in here and perform the way you do? Brady asked, his voice showing genuine curiosity about the connection between McCarthy and the place where both men became legends. McCarthy's response was humble, talking about blood, sweat, and tears shed in Michigan, about old fans and relationships, about the electric crowd. But it was what came next that truly mattered. During the live broadcast, Brady had already begun building his case with analysis that stopped veteran NFL analysts in their tracks. He's doing a lot that we can actually see when the ball is snapped. But he's doing a lot before the snap, Brady said during the third quarter. That tells me Kevin O'Connell is putting a lot of trust in him to get you in and out of the right plays. Outside of the one throw where he threw it behind Naylor on the interception, there's so many positives from what I've seen here today. Accurate throws, good decisions, good times to throw the ball away. Definitely giving this team the spark it needed coming into a very tough place to play. Those words carried immense significance because this wasn't generic praise. This was the greatest pre-snap quarterback in NFL history, acknowledging that McCarthy was operating at a mental level that most second-year players never reach. The numbers told one story. McCarthy completed 14 of 25 passes for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, plus a 9-yard rushing touchdown. On the surface, that stat line might not scream dominance, but Brady saw what the casual observer missed entirely. In the first quarter alone, McCarthy went 5 of 7 for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns, setting an aggressive tone immediately. The opening touchdown drive showcased exactly what Brady was talking about regarding pre-snap execution. On 3rd and 10 from Minnesota's 36-yard line, McCarthy checked into a quick bubble screen to Aaron Jones that moved the chains. Brady praised that decision on the broadcast, noting the defensive look that McCarthy recognized. 2 plays later, facing 1st and 10 from the Detroit 24, McCarthy threw a perfectly lofted ball to Jordan Addison down the middle for 31 yards. Brady immediately highlighted the touch on that throw, something he had mentioned McCarthy needed to develop the difference between being a thrower and being a passer. Then came the touchdown to Justin Jefferson, a quick slant to the right that Jefferson took 10 yards into the end zone. Minnesota tied the game 7-7 just minutes in. The second touchdown drive proved even more impressive to Brady's trained eye. After Aaron Jones ripped off an 11-yard run, McCarthy faced 3rd and 9 from the Detroit 24. Most young quarterbacks in their third career start, coming off a 5-game injury absence, playing in a hostile environment against a top defense would check down or take a sack. McCarthy dropped back, felt pressure building, moved subtly in the pocket to buy time, and fired a dart to Addison on the left sideline for 31 yards. This is the one route I've seen JJ McCarthy throw so decisively this season, Brady said on the broadcast, acknowledging he had studied McCarthy's limited tape. That completion set up 1st and goal from the 7, and McCarthy immediately found TJ Hockenson cutting across the middle for the touchdown. What made Brady so complimentary was recognizing that Hockenson wasn't the primary read. McCarthy had progressed through his options and delivered an accurate ball to his secondary target. The Vikings led 14-7, and Brady was already building his narrative that something special was happening. The middle portion of the game provided the teaching moments that Brady dissected with surgical precision. On Minnesota's fourth possession, McCarthy scrambled on first down, and Brady immediately noted Jefferson had been open for a significant gain if McCarthy had gone through his progression faster. Later, facing 3rd and 11 before halftime, McCarthy targeted Jalen Nailor on a crossing route but threw slightly behind him. Terrion Arnold jumped the route for an interception, and Brady delivered his sharpest critique of the day. Slightly behind him on the back hip. Had him open. "That's just a D throw when it's behind him like that," Brady said, using quarterback terminology that emphasized the grade-level failure of the execution. But even in that criticism, Brady's tone suggested this was correctable, part of the development process every young quarterback experiences. The Vikings went into halftime leading 17-14. The third quarter belonged to McCarthy's legs and his ability to create outside structure. On 3rd and 8 from the Detroit 9-yard line, the play broke down completely. McCarthy rolled right, saw nothing open, tucked the ball, and exploded into the end zone untouched for the touchdown. He immediately hit the gritty celebration, mimicking teammate Justin Jefferson's signature move. "That last play on the scramble for the touchdown, that's pretty easy for him," Brady said. "He's been doing that since high school." But Brady quickly pivoted to emphasize what impressed him more. "The harder things are getting a play in the huddle, getting the operation right, getting us into the right play, handling the protection schemes, and then making accurate throws." That distinction mattered because Brady was elevating McCarthy's performance beyond athleticism into the realm of quarterback craft and mental processing. The Vikings extended their lead to 24-14. Then came the moment that sealed McCarthy's LFG Player of the Game award and validated Kevin O'Connell's trust. With 1 minute 41 seconds remaining, Vikings leading 27-24, facing 3rd and 5 from their own 28-yard line. Detroit had all 3 timeouts remaining. A failed conversion meant giving Jared Goff one final chance to win or tie. O'Connell had a choice: run the ball, play it safe, force Detroit to burn timeouts, or trust McCarthy to convert and end the game. O'Connell chose trust. The play call came in, McCarthy took the snap, felt immediate pressure from his right side, stepped up slightly in the pocket, and delivered a perfectly placed back shoulder throw to Jalen Nailor along the right sideline for 16 yards and a first down. Game over. The second-year quarterback when they need him most. "What a throw," Brady said on the broadcast, his voice rising with genuine excitement. "That's how you lead your team to victory. That's just a no-fear throw." During the sideline interview, Brady asked McCarthy to talk through that decisive throw. "I saw Speedy was one-on-one, and it was a matter of time for him to get that moment," McCarthy responded. "I knew he was ready for it, so I just popped it up for him and let him do the rest." The offensive line did a tremendous job blocking, and Coach O'Connell called a great play. So, just tremendous respect and honored that he trusted me in that moment, and we got it done. That trust became the central theme of Kevin O'Connell's post-game press conference. When asked why he chose to throw on 3rd down instead of running, O'Connell didn't hesitate. "I think it's just total team trust," O'Connell stated. "Total team trust if we're going to try to end the game if we can. My confidence level, regardless of the circumstances of the season, I boil it down to one opportunity. And that game is 60 minutes. I tell our guys all the time from the first play to the last, we just need to have the competitive stamina to continue to hold up and do the things required to beat good football teams." McCarthy closed his own press conference with emotional honesty that resonated throughout the Vikings locker room. "When you're hurt, being on IR last year and being out for 5 weeks, it absolutely kills me not being out there with those guys because I love every single one of them," McCarthy said, his voice cracking slightly. "I know they got my back, and I've got theirs the rest of the way." But perhaps the most revealing comment came when McCarthy assessed his own performance with brutal self-awareness. "I'm happy that we got the win, but I'm not proud to be honest with you," McCarthy admitted in his press conference. "There's a lot of meat on the bone, and I feel like I could have played a lot better. Like the one to Speedy, I gotta put that ball out in front of him. He's one. There's a lot of opportunities where I was on the run that I just need to get those reps back again and not be so amped and miss some of those guys high." That level of self-criticism from a young quarterback who just led his team to an upset victory speaks volumes about his mindset and commitment to excellence. The broader NFL community took notice of McCarthy's performance as well. CBS Sports analyst Danny Kanell shared his analysis after the game, stating he thought McCarthy was really impressive, going on the road against one of the best defenses and one of the best teams in the entire National Football League. I thought he played with a lot of confidence. He's not afraid to take a lot of those risks because he's got some really good weapons out there. Vikings tight end TJ Hawkinson didn't hold back in his praise either, telling NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, "What a player. He's a vet in body and soul. You wouldn't think that by his age, but the way he carries himself, the performance on Sundays, and the way he operates our offense shows that." The Vikings are now 4-4, back to .500, and firmly in the NFC North race with renewed belief. Tom Brady's words on that Ford Field sideline weren't just compliments. They were a 7-time champion recognizing something special developing in Minnesota. Thank you for watching and see you soon.